You ever get that weird, sinking feeling that something in your financial life is off, but you can't quite point at it? It's like you're doing everything right, yet somehow the numbers don't move. Why? Why do you try so hard and still stay stuck in the same cycle? You watch money videos. You follow finance pages. You download budgeting apps. You say this year will be different, but then, boom, it isn't. And if you're being painfully honest with yourself, you already know the reason, don't you? It's because somewhere, deep in your routines, deep in your habits, deep in your identity, the old version of you is still running the show. And that version doesn't know how to build wealth. That version only knows how to survive. That version only knows how to cope. That version only knows how to repeat what's familiar. And if you carry that version into 2026, what happens? Nothing changes. Nothing evolves. Nothing grows. Scary thought, right? Because 2026 is coming faster than you think, and if you don't change the script will repeat itself. Again. Hey, I'm Ryan Riches. And before we go any deeper, let me tell you this. Money didn't change my life. Systems did. Habits did. Identity did. And the problem with 99% of financial advice on the internet is that it teaches you information when what you really need is transformation. See the difference? One fills your brain. The other rewires your life. One feels productive. The other forces you to become someone new. And if you want 2026 to be the year everything shifts for you, your income, your discipline, your habits, your confidence, then you don't need more tips. You need a new operating system, a new internal script, a new way of moving through the world. Because you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. That's the line nobody tells you. That's the truth nobody wants to face. And that's where we begin. Let's address the lie first. The lie you've been fed your whole life. Work harder and you'll get ahead. Really? Then why are the hardest working people often the ones who stay stuck? Why do people grinding double shifts barely stay afloat, while others who don't even break a sweat seem to build wealth out of thin air? Because hard work is not the differentiator. Direction is. Structure is. Leverage is. If you're working hard in the wrong direction, you don't get rich, you get tired. You get drained. You get stuck. And I want to ask you this honestly. When you think about your financial plan for 2026, do you have a direction? Or do you just have effort? Do you have a strategy? Or do you just have stress? Do you have intention? Or do you just have anxiety with a schedule? See the problem now? The issue isn't that you're not trying. It's that you've been taught to try the wrong way. The truth is this. Wealth comes from momentum. And momentum comes from clarity. And clarity comes from making one decision. To stop living reactively, and finally, start living strategically. But here's the question. What would that even look like? What would a year built on strategy, real strategy, look like? It starts with something you've been avoiding. Something uncomfortable. Something most people never address their entire life. It starts with asking, who am I financially? Not who do I want to be? Not who do I pretend to be? Who am I right now? Because the version of you that overspends can't become the version who invests. The version of you that procrastinates can't become the version that builds wealth. The version that avoids hard truths can't become the version that achieves financial freedom. You must shed that skin. You must outgrow that identity. You must let the old you crumble so the 2026 version can rise. Dramatic? Maybe. True. Absolutely. And once your identity shifts, your habits start lining up. Because you can't act wealthy if you don't first start thinking wealthy. That's why this plan begins internally, not externally. Wealth begins with self-respect. Sounds weird, right? But think about it. Overspending is disrespecting your future self. Ignoring savings is disrespecting your family. Avoiding investing is disrespecting your potential. Saying, I'll start tomorrow, is disrespecting your destiny. So here's the first rule for 2026. Treat your money the way you treat something you actually care about. Protect it. Grow it. Respect it. Honor it. Because you cannot build wealth if you act like someone who doesn't deserve it. And you do deserve it, but only if you start behaving like it. Now let's talk about the real plan. The plan nobody teaches because it doesn't sell. It's not clickbait. It's not sexy, but it works. It always works. And it works even if life gets messy. Even if motivation dies. Even if the world throws chaos at you. The plan begins with something radical. Your money must leave you every month and return multiplied. Non-negotiable. Automatic. Emotionless. Because if you depend on your feelings, you will never build wealth. If you depend on motivation, you'll lose. If you depend on discipline alone, you'll burn out. Automation is the cheat code. You set it once. You let it run. You let it pull you forward even on your worst days. That's how real wealth is built. Not through heroic discipline, but through quiet automation. But Ryan, where does this money even go? Let me reveal something you already know deep down. The market is undefeated over the long term. Index funds, ETFs, broad market plays. Not hype, not speculation. Not that one friend telling you to invest in a mysterious coin named after a vegetable. You're not here to gamble. You're here to win. Slowly, quietly, consistently. The kind of winning that's boring at first, then staggering over time. The kind of winning that looks like nothing for a while, and then suddenly becomes everything. The kind of winning that changes your family tree. That's the real wealth engine. That's the 2026 foundation. But here's where the plan gets interesting. Most people think wealth is only about investing. Wrong. Wealth is also about capacity. Income capacity. Skill capacity. Mindset capacity. Because if your income stays flat, your wealth will too. So the next rule for 2026 is simple. You must become more valuable. Every single month. Not once a year. Not when you feel like it. Monthly. You must know more, do more, solve more, create more, produce more. Why? Because income increases when you increase. You grow, your wealth grows. You stagnate, your wealth stagnates. It's math. It's psychology. It's universal. So in 2026, every month ask yourself, what skill can I add that makes me harder to replace? Because the world doesn't reward hard workers. It rewards rare workers. Unique workers. Skilled workers. High-level thinkers. People who bring leverage, not labor. When you become rare, money finds you. Opportunities find you. Abundance finds you. And guess what? It feels like magic. But it isn't. It's mathematics mixed with identity. Now we move to the habit that secretly destroys the majority of people. Something so subtle, so innocent-looking, yet so financially fatal. Lifestyle creep. The desire to upgrade life the moment income increases. The desire to treat yourself because you think you earned it. Let me break your heart gently. Lifestyle creep is how wealth dies. It's silent. It's sneaky. It's seductive. It whispers lies. You deserve it. Just this once. You can afford it now. And before you know it, your income doubled, but your bank balance didn't move. That ends in 2026. Lifestyle freeze. Simple rule. Powerful result. Whatever lifestyle you have on January 1st, lock it. Freeze it. Keep it. Don't shrink it. Just don't upgrade it. Let your wealth grow instead. Because the people who get rich are not the people who earn the most. They're the people who keep the most. Now let's talk about the emotional side, the part nobody warns you about. The moment you try to improve your financial life, life will test you. Hard. Unexpected bills. Annoying emergencies. Family pressures. Job stress. The universe will throw curveballs to see if you're serious. And most people fold. Most people quit. Most people return to old habits because discomfort scares them. But listen closely, 2026 will not get easier. You will get stronger. The goal is not a perfect year. The goal is a resilient you, a grounded you, a strategic you, a version of you that responds instead of reacts, a version of you that can handle pressure without collapsing, a version of you that can sustain success without self-sabotage. Because if you can't manage pressure, you'll never manage prosperity. And finally, the real heart of this entire plan. The version of you who wins 2026 is already inside you. Waiting, watching, hoping. That version is disciplined. That version is strategic. That version is wealthy. That version is unstoppable. But that version cannot appear if you keep repeating the same habits that broke you. So here's the final rule. You must choose the 2026 version of you in every small decision. Every purchase. Every temptation. Every impulse. Every moment of should I. Because every financial decision is a vote. A vote for the future you want or the future you fear. Which one are you voting for? Let me leave you with the truth nobody says out loud. The only financial plan you need for 2026 is not complicated. It's not magical. It's not hidden. It's this: build systems that protect you from your weakest days and habits that amplify you on your strongest days. Because wealth is never about luck. Wealth is never about timing. Wealth is never about income alone. Wealth is earned by the people who stay, who repeat, who show up, who commit, who evolve, who refuse to break, who refuse to bend, who refuse to settle, who refuse to sleep on their potential. And if you're still listening right now, you already know something. 2026 is your year, not because it's easy, but because you're finally ready.